And we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my business page. And thank you guys for being patient. I have to mix up with some time with my host, and we finally get it sorted out. And thank you so much for your understanding. This is Lalani coming from Lalani Online World. And for everybody who doesn't know me, I'm a mom of three. I'm living in Toronto, Canada for the past 24 years. For everybody who's been watching me and supporting me, guys, I really, really appreciate you guys so much. So I'm doing another live interview with another inspiring story. We keep bringing people and to show you that anybody can do this business. As everybody know, I'm a digital business owner, and everybody have a story to tell. Everybody, before they start this business, they have a reason why they want to do this business, either financial or they want to change their life, whatever situation is. Everybody have a story to tell. And I'm gonna go introduce you to my host. He's coming all the way from Malibu, Australia. Hi, Jackie. Welcome to my
Hello.
page, and thank you so much for accepting my invitation.
No, my pleasure, my pleasure. Thanks
Sorry
for
about
having
this
me.
time mix up. I'm sorry about it.
No, no, no. It's okay. It's okay. That's totally fine.
Jackie,
It always happens, when
yeah, it happens
we
sometimes.
both,
I have to tell you,
yeah,
since we had you in our huddle in December, early in December,
yeah, yeah.
you inspire so much. You inspire us all. You leave us in tears. And after that
I
night,
know.
I said to myself, I have to have you on my page so you could share your story and maybe you will inspire others with your
Of course.
story. Your story inspired me so much. I was in tears. And after you left, everybody started open up and tell this story that they never tell the group. It was so
Yeah,
amazing how you impact all of us.
I know, I know. And that's what connects us as a human with another human. Because if you go and watch a movie, that's exactly what they do. They tell you a story, and that's how you connect with that movie. And then when you come out of the theater, you feel that you were a part of that story somewhere, or you felt a message, what was being shared in the movie. So we as a human, the only thing we have is story. If you go back 100, 200, 300 years ago, it's a story, which
Yes,
we still hear in our schools, in books, from the elders, those who are telling us those stories and inspiring us, motivating, showing the kindness, courage, resilience. So if we can share the story, and I'm glad that I got opportunity to be with you all in December, and that was one of the best, Zoom session I had.
yeah, it was
Uh,
unforgettable night.
yeah,
Yeah, so Jackie, could you tell our viewers a little bit about yourself, whatever you want to share about your
of course,
background, a little bit about your life?
of course, definitely.
Mm.
So I'm from Melbourne, Australia. Been in Australia from last almost uh, 16 years. I am a father, husband, uh, son, brother, and an online entrepreneur and a mindset coach. So my journey was different just before starting my journey on an online space. And before that, I was working in the corporate world for almost 9 to 10 years. And while I was working, I was saving money as we all do. I got married, and when my wife came to Australia, we started planning to buy our own house, growing the family. That's what we plan for, isn't it? And that's exactly what I was doing. And then in October 2015, uh, I was being laid off from my work, and I was being asked to go home after working for almost 8 9 years with them. And then next following day, I was on my way to see my other friend for a job opportunity, and I made into an accident. And from
Wow.
that moment, everything changed for me. And because of that accident, I had a very severe spinal injury, and I was being told that I will never walk again.
Wow.
And then I realized that I worked hard for so many years. You know, I was being laid off yesterday, and today I'm sitting here in the hospital, and the doctors are telling me that I have to go through the surgery, and there is only 5 or 10% chance that I might walk back again, even
Mhm.
though they will do the surgery. So that was a very shocking moment for me, for my wife, and the worst part was that 3 4 months ago, my accident, we had a baby girl came into our world. So, and same year in 2015, February, I bought my first house in Australia. So
That's
all the
amazing.
money I had, yeah, all the money I saved, it was already gone in the house. So I literally had zero savings in my account, and my wife was out of work, and I was in stress because when you go through, especially now, and especially when you are a migrant, okay, because if you are in your home country, there are hundreds of people those who can support you, correct? But when you are a migrant in a new country, you have limited friends, handful of friends, and they are also working for themselves. They are also doing hard, you know, yeah, they are doing some hard jobs to improve their financial stability. And when you go through this kind of situations in your life as a migrant, it gets difficult, and that's exactly what happened with me. I had limited resources. I was going into the stress, and that stress led me to make some wrong decisions. So in November in 2016, mid of 2016, I tried to harm myself. I tried to commit suicide 3 times,
Mm.
and because
So
of
sorry to hear.
all those anxiety and the stress I was going through, the depression. Then I was being put on the mental health care plan by the doctors, just so they can monitor my mental well-being,
Mm.
what I'm going through, because the depression was very severe. I was on the medication. But there is always a way out.
Yeah, there's
And
always a way, life could be unpredictable, you never know
exactly,
what tomorrow
exactly
would,
right.
would throw at you. So they always say,
Exactly right.
live for today because you're not sure if you're going to see tomorrow. And like you
Yeah,
said, as immigrant, when you come to in a foreign country, everybody think, you come here and you have Bella Roses. But
yeah,
people don't realize how much you have to work. You struggle, you live from paycheck to paycheck, and
correct.
it's hard, and especially when it comes to education wise, and you have to learn something new. So,
Yeah,
because most of us, our education and our certificate doesn't get recognized in a foreign country. So you
yeah.
have to start all over. And a lot of
Oh,
people financially doesn't have the means to start all over again. So people start
yeah.
working whatever job they could just to, survive and be there for their family. So yes, it's not easy. It's really
No,
hard. It's hard. I've been living in Canada for over 24 years, and I came on a Friday and I start working on a Monday, and I've been working like nonstop. I've been doing two jobs. I've been taking care
yeah,
of my kids, and like I said, even my kids had mental health issue when my big daughter, I had suicidal problem with her. She tried to commit suicide 3 times too. So yes, in a couple of years I've been going that with back and forth, and it's not easy when you don't have support and you don't have that help. You struggle a
correct.
lot. Like, we all have a story to tell, and we have a saying: never judge a book by its cover until you
Yeah,
open that book and read it till the end. And then you will know that person's story and the person's situation, whatever struggle they're going through. So
yeah,
never watch a book and say, "Oh, I don't want to read that book or it doesn't look interesting," until you get to
correct,
know that person. So Jackie,
correct.
I love your headline, from a wheelchair to a dream chair.
Yes,
Do you want to elaborate a little bit about that?
of course, of course. So when I was going through those all those emotional drama and depression and all, I had a moment with my daughter which made me realize that there is always a way out, and if you can put your 100% towards it, you can achieve something out of it. And that's exactly what I did. I started working on myself from November 2016, and from there I brought some lot of new practices in my life. I started eliminating all the unwanted thing in my life. And then after working on myself for almost 3 years, I finally took a step out of my wheelchair. And when I took a step out of my
Amazing.
wheelchair, I was like, I have to give it a name, because it was a roller coaster ride. So I
Yeah,
was sitting and I was like, how about wheelchair to a dream chair,
that's a good one. That's
so
that's a, that's a really good one.
yeah, and that's how the Forbes magazine got me, because of that headline, because of that name, wheelchair to a dream chair, and because it's something catchy and something sounds like something
And you know what? You could never
different.
forget. You could never forget that line.
Yeah,
It's memorizing, and it's
yeah,
inspiring too at the same time. When people, would listen to your story and hear you, even when they see your face, they would never forget that headline.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
so amazing.
that's how they also found me with this name. And that's how I came up with the name, and it's been a wheelchair to a dream chair because now I'm living my life, sitting on the dream chair, doing what I wanted to do always. And end of the day, now the life is not about only about me and my family, it's about others because the secret of living is giving, so the more you give, the more you get, end of the day.
Yes, yes, and you have to stay positive. Be thankful for what you have. Practice gratitude. Like
Yeah,
it's taken me a while to to be like I'm always positive, but since I started this online business, I become more positive. I learned to be patient because I was a person I never have patience, like
patient.
doing anything. When I want to get something done or I need to do something done, I need to get it done like right away.
Yeah,
And I don't like to wait. When I want something, I don't like to wait. But joining this digital business has taught me a lot, and patience is one of them. I practice gratitude, like especially when it comes to my family, the people I have in life, and I'm thankful for life that I wake up every
yes,
day. It doesn't matter what little I have or what lot I
yeah,
have. I'm so thankful for it because
yeah,
as somebody that who used to work in the hospital and I work with a lot of patients and I see people life, how they change and how it's make me more thankful. Like one day I
exactly
will
right.
see a patient, the next day I go I wouldn't see them, and it's
See that
it's heartbreaking. So it give you a different perspective in life.
perspective.
Yeah, it's
Exactly
really good.
right, exactly right. And that's what people need to understand, And when you change your expectations from your expectations into appreciations, the life changes because now you are into gratitude every single moment of your life, and you appreciate bad and good both because end of the day everything happens for the reason. And I was meant to sit on that wheelchair. I was meant to lose my job. I was meant to go through that accident. I was meant to go through all that mental trauma, and that's the reason why I'm sitting here today.
Yes, because they say God don't give you more than what you can handle.
Deserve,
We're
yeah,
still going through our trial and tribulation. He's keep testing us to see how far we could go, how much
yeah,
limit we have, if we could overcome it, or we're gonna break down. So
correct,
he keep
correct,
showing all these things at us and keep testing us over and over.
yeah,
He keep pushing us. But by the grace of God, a lot of us. have enough strength to push through, but not everybody does it. A lot of people break down very fast because
yeah,
either the circumstance they have in life, or they don't
yeah.
have anybody to support them.
Exactly
It's
right.
really hard. Like I said, even when you were going through your therapy and being in a wheelchair, and you said you had your breakdowns and all these things, it must be tough. Like it must be tough for you and your family, especially your family, to see you in
Yeah,
that position, because being in a patient is one thing, but
yeah,
having the family around you have to go through it with you. It's
yes.
very hard too. So,
Exactly right. Exactly
how
right.
did your wife help you with all these? I know you have an amazing wife, and Jackie, you are a lucky man. I
Yeah,
have to say, you're a very, very, very lucky man.
I am definitely. That's not a doubt about that. And it was difficult, first of all, because we, when I went through that uh, accident and I was going through all those, anxiety and the depression and the mental pressure, the the first thing happened was that I stopped communicating. I isolated myself, and she thought that because I am isolating, that I am more calm and peaceful. That's why she was also trying to step away from that zone, and she wanted me to be in my own world where I can at least not take any wrong decisions or steps. And from that moment, I started building the emotions in me, and she started building emotions in her, which we were not sharing. And when we stopped sharing, it started building. But I was putting out through anger, harming myself, punching walls, throwing things and all. But let me tell you, those 3.5 years from 2015 to 2019, I never saw her getting angry on me or making faces or crying in front of me. But I knew she's
Mm.
crying somewhere,
You know what? She's not crying in front of you because she doesn't want you to
Exactly
see.
right.
She doesn't
Exactly
want you to
right.
see that she's breaking up, but inside
Yeah,
she's crying from inside.
I
And maybe
know.
when
Yeah,
she's not around you, she will do her crying and do her therapy and her emotion, whatever is going on.
absolutely.
But she doesn't want to break down in front of you so you could see that. She just
Absolutely
wants to
right.
be there. She wants to be strong for you.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely right. And that's what happened when I started walking. We both sat down after a few months, and we just cried, for 2.5 hours.
Wow.
We just cried. We didn't say a word. We didn't say a word. That was pure emotions talking, you
It
know.
must be therapeutic too, because crying is not just because you're hurting or stressed. Crying,
Yeah,
sometimes people cry because it's helped them to feel better, get
exactly
stuff
right.
out without not saying a word.
Yes, absolutely right. Because end of the day, feeling life, you know, the way you feel, the way you live, end of the day, you know.
That's
So if
that's good
you are
too.
feeling, yeah, if you are feeling a particular emotion, you need to show that up, you know. But end of the day, you need to understand that if you are not letting that particular emotion dictate your future, now that's where it comes how to control,
Hmm.
because then emotions equals motion, you know. So if you are letting your anger control you, then that's how you're going to show up in your life.
Yep. And it doesn't do anything good when you're angry all the time, because you get frustrated
Exactly.
with yourself, but then you start taking it out on people around you too, and which is
Yes.
not healthy for yourself and for your family and for everybody who is
Yes.
in your life. you know
Correct.
um it's
Absolutely.
it's hard to change, especially when you're like, I'm in my 40s and I have to practice all these gratitude and positive things. But like I said, it's never too late.
No.
It's never too late. It's not something easy to do, but
Yeah.
it's always a start. It's like when you're young, it's easier when you start this thing, so you get used to a routine every day. But as you
yeah,
get older and you have to implement all these routines, it's
yeah,
kind of take time. But like when you start it, it get easier every day. It
yeah.
get easier
Because
every day.
first of all, repetition is the mother of mastery. Okay. So if you are not doing something repetitive every day,
Mm.
it's not going to condition in your brain, in your subconscious mind, and in your life. So if you want to change your diet habit, you need to be consistent eating healthy food. If you want to gain muscles, you have to go to the gym, do
Exercising.
workout, and gain
Mm.
muscle. If you want to change your mind, you need to work on your mind consistently every single day to change your mind, because we are being conditioned since childhood. There are some limiting beliefs
Mm.
which have been feeding into us since we born, and that's what we believe in
Yes,
after
because
30, 40 years of our life.
yeah, because our parents keep telling me, "Oh, you can't do this and you can't do that."
Exactly
So
right.
when we
Exactly
grow
right.
up and we have child, it's like it's still in you. You're telling your child you can't do this, you can't
Yeah,
do that. But like over time, thing change. It's a new day, a new time. But
yeah,
it's all start with you. If you want to make that change, it's all up to you. If you don't
yeah,
change yourself, nobody can change it for you.
yeah,
So it's all
absolutely
it's
right.
all you. It's all you. It doesn't matter
Change.
people telling you, oh, you need to
Yeah,
lose weight or you need to do this or you need to do that.
yeah,
It's easy, to give people advice and tell people what to do. But if you're not
exactly.
willing to do it, it's not gonna
No,
happen. It's not gonna
it's
happen.
very, it's very simple. Change your story, change your life.
Yes, yes, change your story and change your life. And like Jackie, your story inspired me so much.
Thank you.
Even when I come here, like I didn't have an easy life. I go on live, I tell people part of my story, but I don't talk about my full story. I went through a lot too, not with myself, but with my kids. And I'm still like, as a digital business owner, we all still have struggle that we are going through, and I'm still working on them. Like, that's
Yeah,
why I joined this business, because I want to spend more time with my family
yeah,
and work on myself too, because I'm always working and never have time for myself, and especially my kids. And it still haunts me unto today, because raising my two other kids and listen them to grow up, mommy, you always working, you never have
work,
time
work.
for us,
Yeah,
you always working. So with my
yeah,
little daughter, I try, to do things different. I want to watch her grow up so she doesn't have the same thing to say. And
yeah,
not
yeah,
only for my kids, I want to do it for myself. Like,
yeah,
I'm getting older, and when I retire, I want to be comfortable. I don't want to burden my kids. So I
yeah.
decide to make this big change in life.
That's good.
So
No,
Jackie, I
that's
know
good.
you're a business owner. How
Yeah,
does business have changed your life? Like, we talk about people journey and how this business changed your life, but people don't realize, everybody have a story to tell before
yeah,
they become a digital business owner, and how this business has changed your life, how it's impact your life.
yeah. So when I started walking, the first question I had in my mind was that how I can earn money, how I can bring money. Because when I started walking, I was already under 70,000 Australian dollars debt.
Oh my, wow, that's a lot.
And yes, and that was because my mom was paying for my mortgage from India, because I was out of work, my wife was out of work, and whatever my wife was doing from home, she was only able to pay the bills with that money, the light, gas, electricity, the utility bills, grocery, and all. But the mortgage was a big amount. And so my mom started supporting, and my mom started borrowing money from others to pay that mortgage. So I had no option to find something where I can start making money so I can take off that burden from my mom. So in 2019, I was talking to my wife, and then 2 weeks later, my wife came and showed me an ad on Facebook where they were talking about this online business from home, and it's a free webinar. You don't have to pay anything. So I was like, yeah, anyhow, I don't have money to pay. So if it's free, let's watch it, There's no problem. So I got onto the webinar. I watched it. And the best part was that the story people shared on that webinar, and I felt them, I connected with them, and I was like, if these guys can do it, I can do it as well. And then from there, the journey started. I got involved, and it's been more than 2.5 years now. I have paid off all my debt. I am financially free.
Wow.
I am staying home, doing what I love, you know. And now, because of this business, I got a exposure in the online world where I got opportunity to be featured with Elon Musk, Jim Carrey, Jordan Belfort, and that is
Elon Musk.
only
Wow.
excellent.
That's
And
that's amazing.
that's only possible because I chose to be a part of this community. Got involved myself with these people, those who inspired me to take action, those who helped me to get out of that financial stress. And let me tell you, I have come across a lot of systems, a lot of businesses online right now in last 2.5 years. This is one of the best system. You know, I will not say that this is the best, but this is one of the best. Okay, because I don't want to brag about
Yes, yes,
our
yes, yes.
community. End of the day, I want to be real.
Mm.
But let me tell you, the people in this business are one of the best. You know, because they are not selfish. You know, they do not want success only for themselves. They want success for everyone who is a part of this community and even the people outside the community. And that's the reason why we are doing this interview today. So we can show
Yes,
you the real picture of the community and the business and the system so you can take action and get out of all that stress you are going through right now and live your life, spend more time with your kids, with your loved ones.
most of us when we join this business, a lot of us join in for income reason, like to earn
Yes,
extra
same
income
with me. Yeah,
or to help our family. But beside the income, we have an amazing group, a community. I never thought I will, everybody celebrate, no matter how little or big. A little or big achievement, we celebrate everybody, and everybody
yeah,
helps each other out, and we get to meet amazing people like you, Jackie. If it wasn't for the business, I will never get to know you.
exactly
You,
right.
Jackie, I will never get to know your story. And like this business allow us to, we come and we show people our face, our family,
Yeah,
that this business is real, and we
yeah,
tell people it's legit and it's taxable. That anybody could do it. When I started business, I wasn't even tech savvy. I had Facebook, I had Instagram, but I don't really like go and post on it. I create an account, I go once in a while. Until I
yeah,
started this business, then I'm like on Facebook and I'm Instagram and I'm using social media because we all spend our most of the time on social media, 2 3 hours a day, watching people's
yeah,
feed, going through people's story, and we wasting so much time. So why not utilize social media and our time to earn extra income and help
yeah,
other family like ourselves? And I get to stay at home and taking care of my kids and spend more time, and I put in like an hour and a 2 hour in my business, and everything else run in the background. Like I
yeah.
will never thought I will find something like this. I looked for so many different online, and to tell you the truth, I did have an jewelry store on Etsy
Okay.
that I made handmade jewelry. But being on Etsy, oh my God, you have to spend so much money advertising. It take up so much your time. Plus, when you have to do the shipping, like I spend most money into my business and what I'm making because
Making, yeah,
yes. So it didn't like work out. So I just put that aside. I shut it down for now, and now I'm working more on my digital business because it doesn't make sense you spend because Etsy is all about money, and
money, yeah,
since I'm making jewelry from home, it's handmade. I'm not making anything because when you have to put in for advertising, do the shipping, and then you have to do so much, writing and everything to put it up. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
I spend most
Work.
of
Yeah.
my time there, like, and it wasn't working for me.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
decided, to look somewhere else, and that's why I found this business. Like, I was so thankful when I found this business. I wish I found it, a couple years ago, but it's
Earlier.
never too late to start.
Never still. Yeah.
It's never too late.
I think that's what everyone feels. When they find something like this. Why didn't I found before? Why didn't it came to me earlier? But end of the day, if it has come to you now, take it and
Take
make
it, man.
make use of that opportunity and change your life around, because trust me, the world is changing, and it's changing at a speed of light, you know and in next 5 to 10 years we will be in a different world,
Everything is
because
moving
it's going
online.
to.
Of course, we're going to be in a different
Yeah.
world because everything
Yeah.
everybody is doing online now.
Yeah.
So why not move along with
Yeah.
it? You don't want to get left
Exactly.
behind.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you will not keep up with the time, you will be left behind, and it's the same time, just like when the internet.com came, web 1 came in 90s, and now we are transiting into web 3. And if you will see in next 5 to 10 years, all the shops will be virtual, everything will be virtual, the meetings, the jobs, everything, and that's
Yeah.
how the world will communicate.
Yes,
So if
everything
you,
is
this is yeah, this is the
and
right time to be on the
and
online
it's
space.
already started, since the pandemic 2 years ago, like everything is
Yeah.
like moving online, like people doing grocery shopping, everything, even buying food, takeout, everything. You just, a touch of a button and you receive it in front of your door. So
Yeah, correct.
mm. So, Jackie, thank you so much for coming on my
My
page
pleasure.
and sharing your story. Just before we go, you have any wise word for our audience? Anything you want to leave them with?
A wise word, I will just say that, uh, say it out loud, whatever you want in your life. Do not hold it to yourself. Do not keep it to yourself, because if you need something, even the God doesn't give you without asking, you know. So if you need something, say it out loud. Let the universe know what you want. And if you will keep doing that, the universe will hear you one day, and it will give you what you want. Or at least the universe will make a road, pave a path for you to walk on that journey so you can achieve what you really want to achieve. But if you are keeping it to yourself, if you are not sharing, you are not saying out loud, then you are sabotaging yourself.
Well said, well said. Anyway, guys, thank
Thank
you
you.
so much for inspiring us all, and thank you everybody who is watching, and thank you guys for supporting me through my journey, and please do continue to. And I hope everybody have a wonderful Friday night, and I will see you guys soon again. And have a good night, everyone, and take care. Bye for now.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Bye.